The setting is the Eastern Front, 1944. The Russian army is raiding away at the German lines, trying to find a weak spot, a way to which to break through. In the south, we got Refero fighting here for the Soviet Union, socialism, Comrade Stalin, and the 5th Mechanized Corps here with Armored Assault Tank Hunter, hello, and got Motor Doctrine with Sniper Pumps from Infantry Bulletins. There's the north, we got Jove fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland, rolling out here with the 1st Panzer Division with Mobile Defense, Mechanized Assault, and Lightning War with Triple Infantry here for Jove. We got pioneers, we got these, we got a double unit here for Refero, as he's clearly planning something from the spread of Africa, but the looks of it, he's planning a sniper start in a bold and aggressive maneuver here, which, well, not aggressive, but certainly nasty, since it could certainly throw off Jove a bit here, depending on what sort of build order he goes for. He's got the standard, though, gun of the MG42, and so the MG42, the sniper's going to be quite nasty, depending on how Jove reacts, particularly doesn't accidentally say doctrine that offers ambush camouflage, which could be in one way, using a machine gun tech to deal with the sniper, since, they walk into the ambush machine gun, they get murdered, you have a fun time. Though the Vickers machine gun is actually much better for it, since it's just much more lethal, though it requires grabbing a Vickers machine gun, ambush camouflaging it, and then catching the enemy British sniper with it. But it can be done, and it's fun. Double Grenadiers here for Jove, Germany, Deutschland, heading eastwards here, heading westwards there. Grenadier out here, it's not sitting up close to the edge there, which means you can sort of get out faster here or there, though of course it means you can sort of theoretically reach either side faster. Grabbing points here though in the west, MB42 moving in there as well. He's clearly worried there might be some sort of pressuring around there. Engineers securing territory, I imagine Refero is going to follow up with a Strafnicki unit, there we go, penal troopers with the SVT-40 semi-automatic rifles. Sandbags going up to prepare the calf point there for any pushes by Refero. Most likely at this stage, Joe, though, he's just not anticipating a sniper. I mean, it is a rare start from the Soviets here, though of course some still go for it there with the scout sniper. Penal Trooper Squad number 1 almost done. Almost got the fuel point and everything else. Slow movements there. In the east, we got barbed wire going up here. Slightly curious, sort of. I'm guessing you actually meant to like the other way around, but it might be there's actually something else behind. He's just trying to make it much harder for his opponent to use the cover effectively this way. I mean, that would be interesting if that was indeed the logic there by Refero. That would be very interesting. Grenadiers coming off from the double grenadiers. Immediately, bullets sipping through the air against the Russian engineers. There's a force to fall back at this time. Moving up, Pumps coming in as well here. Flamethrower pioneers up as well here for Jove. Of course, we got flamethrowers there for Refero as well. And there you go. First engagement between main infantry. Penal Troopers going to do sniper joining in there, quickly popping Heinz head like a very, very ripe melon. Pioneers moving in the Penal flank sniper here, trying to maintain distance, which of course decreases the amount of damage Refero can do with the sniper. Flamethrower just moving up to flank behind. Getting pretty ugly. He's probably going to just fully retreat here. Or he's going to have to hope that for other reasons Jove decides to push his attention elsewhere. So for that's not why I can't info in fact suppressing the engineers up here. Nicely done there by Jove, supporting his push there with the machine gun gewehr, reinforcing. Another penal squad on the way there for Refero. Engineers to force fall back, and the engineer squad slowly trying to get away there as Jove's men go on the hunt. We got a third grenadier squad running about here in the east, so triple grenadiers, MG42 pioneers there for Jove. Refero with double penal troopers, double engineers, and 1 sniper. There we go, killing the flamethrower pioneers. Flamethrower using doing what they can, but they are already themselves low on health and so easy to target. But in this case, almost gets the wipe. Can he get the wipe? That'd be pretty huge here for Refero. And oh no! Pioneer gets away with the tiniest level of health and probably some very soiled underwear. In these grenadiers grabbing the fuel point there, so even as Joe is maintaining effort and focusing on the western side, that way tie down Refero's forces, he's hitting Refero's fuel point as well. Very sneaky Joe there. Joe who's moving up there to harass as well. I mentioned he's not going straight for the calf point, but one of the points close to it. One what could be the logic here. Grenadier snipers also moving about in some very elaborate dance involving rifles. They call it the NRA dance. Why is that? For some reason it just makes me think of Americans. Sniper there as the Grenadiers. Grenadiers they're being pursued by the penals from there go forced away. In the far west, we got engineers moving up here. So Refero, of course, tries to fight Jove's main force. He also realizes if he over-focuses on it, he's just going to lose the rest of the map. So he's trying to make use of Jove's own sort of focus there to really try and push elsewhere. Though, of course, Jove's doing the same here. Good play there by both sides. Medics. Oh, conscripts on the way there. Interesting move there by Refero. Might just wants more infantry out. Might be going for the anti-tank grenades. It could be even just planning to use it for the merge, if we've seen other players do. Though again, merging is still very rare for a lot of Soviet players. And then got far west, hitting the fuel point there. Very nice move. Very nice move. Sniping out there with a scope rifle. The Soviets operated many sniper schools and put a lot of effort into training the snipers. And in fact, they had some of the best snipers in the war. Unsurprisingly. Conscripts Pilgrims moving out here. Grabbing points there. Overall look going on the field. We've got the Gandhis moving out. There we go. Gandhis about to get overwhelmed here by the penal troopers. Lacking firepower to really deal with up close. Like had he had say G43s on, that could help. Or had he say some assault when it is around. If you can get them close enough, that would also help. But instead, Jove's plan here is going to be most likely a flame for a half track. 251 with the flame projectors. Pioneers versus engineers in the far west. Still some harassment going on between both sides, both looking to, you know, cut off the other's fuel. Very good play there, very good play. Snipers landing 5 kill now. Gandhi is certainly looking a bit worse. Where and there go half tag going in. Right here, Refero is lacking any serious counters to the 251 half track here from Jove. Was he actually planning tank hunters? I mean, that would be something else. That would be something else. I mean, tank hunter tactics. I've seen some play actually experiment. Oh, holy smokes, we actually got it! Refero is going for tank hunters. And he went simply for the conscripts just to be able to get them. Wow. Getting the anti-tank grenade upgrade, or anti-tank package upgrade there, since not just anti-tank rifles, but also going to access the anti-tank grenade assault. So a bold move there by Refero, an interesting move. Love to see how Jove reacts to that surprise. Flame for after the meanwhile, playing very boldly, acting like, you know, it's not possible at all that Refero could be going for that, right? I mean, what Soviet player would be going for that? Some sort of madman, I'm sure. In this case, we're only getting off one anti-tank grenade from the assault. They do not have, say, the, you know, Thor's hammer throw, which some anti-tank things, you know, have. You know, that is, you know, once they're off, they can pretty much just go across after that. Oh, he gets it, but he loses the conscript score as well. Actually, in the end, he probably actually still came out ahead in some way, so still some way other way behind. But still, a flame for half track costs more than the conscripts with anti-tank rifles. So I mean, it's not all bad because he's trying to take up here fast. Going to go for a T70. Not bad at all. But still, tank hunter doctrine. You really don't see that one very often. Despite it getting an overhaul, it's seemingly not caught on. But maybe now it will. Maybe now it will. I mean, that'd be pretty interesting. That would be pretty interesting. Tank command almost done for Refero. Jove moving ahead here, grabbing territory. Back here, we got the light mechanized company up, and medics on the way. With a sniper of his own to counter Refero's sniper. In this case, he could, of course, go for the 2-2, but he might be right. There might be more conscripts than anti-tank packages about, and does not wish to invoke, well, you know, them any usefulness. Refero, meanwhile, is pressing for the T7 light chain. That's going to put some serious pressure then Jove, since Jove right now has absolutely no real counters to it. There's no telemines, at least from what I can see, on any sort of the major roads, on any of the other points. He's got no 2-2, which could at least, you know, be used to slow down, maybe get a pair of them. He's got no packs, so overall right now Jove is dreadfully exposed to a T7 light tank. It might be he's planning mobile defender to counter with the Puma, maybe. Or there might be something else there going on in Jove's head. Snarver landing another kill here for the motherland. 10 kills so far. Pretty much earning himself in easily. And there we go. We got the T70 out here for Jove. Not for Jove. Refero, damn it. Refero. Snarver standing about there, hiding by the outhouse. Not really the best spot to be hiding. In some ways. Always probably going to try and see if he can't, you know, catch Jove's sniper call, or Refero's sniper, damn it, and then take it out with a counter hit. T-something up here, and there goes, shoots. Does Jove react in time? No, he does not. He does not. Oh, he doesn't have to. Refero, of course, is blissfully unawares of Jove's counter sniper. He is like a small infant in that sense, blissfully dreaming away of, you know, things that does not involve German snipers, like most babies will want to. In fact, that's the sort of big, sort of, shall we say, crown, you know, what's it called, likeness between a baby sleeping and Refero right now. Neither of them expects a German sniper. T-Sun then pushing back. They're going to do sniper hanging back here. 1 kill. In this case, we can see he's actually end up forced to do it, maybe? Not entirely sure either way, though. Now Refero no longer, of course, is like a baby sleeping. He now knows there's a German sniper about. Whereas most babies now can't quite fathom the concept of a German sniper. Mostly because, that's not really the, the development stage for, understanding that concept. It usually happens around the 11 to 12 years old area, where, age where most children, begin to understand the concept of a German sniper. I'm just making that up, by the way, but I'd not be surprised if it's somewhere around that age and they sort of really begin to understand the concept of a German sniper. Anyway, he's running about here aggressively. He's even using it to sort of spot ahead for the sniper and to look out for things. Very nice work there by Refero. Some certainly higher play there, moved by that chap, and there you go. Refero getting off an extra kill there. And we got Minesweepers up. He's clearly starting to aware, of course, about the potential of Jove laying down mines to catch the T-70. So, Refero, of course, is trying to keep in mind whatever sort of Jove might try to do to lock down the T-70, of course, planning ahead here. We got another anti-tank squad out here for Refero for the motherland. More satchels filled with anti-tank grenades. Look what the Commissar gave me. He gave me a present. Oh god, we anti-tank team. Yes. Oh no. That's bad. Is it? Yes. Oh. Grenadiers are hitting a mine, taking some rather higher losses. Nice work there by Refero. Pioneers from exchange to the T-70s on that fire sniper, pack 40 MD4 all nearby. Constantly taking a few hits, falling back fast. Right now I think Refero's best choice will be to try and attack through here and sort of flank behind. There's a mine from the way we can try and sort of attack through here. Another option would be to take the supporting company and going for a mortar, in which case you can lay down a smoke screen say around here and then sort of push straight through. That could be quite effective. This is Jove, who I don't think has quite the defense to be able to absorb such an assault if executed properly here by Refero. MG42 dealing with the gears out in the open. Peons running up here to flank the Grenadiers. More counters for Refero. He's starting to get worried here, I think, about Joe bringing up armor. And lastly, he's bringing up more and more anti-tank conscripts to prepare himself for the potential of German armor. So now there was the penal troopers. MD42 that saves the day, and so does the retreat button. Marshal engineers bringing hit, pioneers bringing hit. Obviously, Jove is not really keen on encountering any Russian mines. Flank here, holded by Grenadiers squad. MD42 about to deal with that. In this case, the Grenadiers' brave sacrifice gave Jove enough time to sort of move the machine gun about to deal with them. In the east, T-7 ring about. Here we got tank take up there for Refero. Moving ahead for the mechanized armor company. Pro trying to rush out a T-34 here versus Jove, who's got a pack 40 now. He's also saying out himself, but still will struggle a bit here versus the T-34 from the 6, depending on how Refero makes use of it. We got telemines being laid down as well. Very good, very good. Trying to obviously protect himself from any flanks through there. Good work there by Jove, who has yet to choose a doctrine. Continuing out there, he's getting all anti-tank rather than his conscripts, leaving the penals will be able to just deal with infantry much more efficiently. For the conscripts, it's less of a downgrade compared to the penal troopers. Plus, of course, they get anti-tank grenade assaults, which in some ways, while not as effective, in other ways, are a bit more effective than anti-tank saps, depending on how you want to use them. Pack 40 shoots, misses. Flamethrower engineers moving up there, or pioneers with support by the M42. Sniper moving in as well here. I think you should try and stick up the Minesweeper engineers to harass there. All the way to Refero is getting very close to the T-34-76. Pioneers moving about their T-70 good to go. Pioneer spotted and lands a good hit there. Pack 40 shoots and hits a tree. Small tree, but still a tree. There for a moment away from the T-34 from 6. Considering the Jove's crown force composition, you might feel more tempted to go for the Katyushas and is more effective, versus the more sort of, shall I say, static nature of Jove right now. Of course, it will leave him more vulnerable to a tank, which is what Jove is most likely aiming for now. Victory points wise, Refero's got a small lead here with Jove so far. We got S-mines being laid down here. Jove doing, I think, very diligent work laying down mines in there to try and make it harder for Refero to just move about. Very nice work. More telemines here. We can see that Jove's starting to consider the possibility that Refero might just race his space and is still setting up telemines to try and intercept any vehicles that might do that. Very nice work. And there we go in the west. We've got to push up. We've got the lead squad on its own, holding off the Russian assault, praying that reinforcements arrive in the first place. T-70 swiftly weaving away here. Sandbags being laid down. Going to be slowly bleeding out, going for the fuel point. And of course, it is heavily covered in mines. And there you go. That T-70 about. He's going to try and maybe surprise the Pack 40 here. Of course, he could very well end up being surprised himself if he hits the telemine. Or in this case, gets hit with incendiary armor piercing round point blank and then hit by the Pack 40. Nice work there by Jove. Some very, very cool nerves there. Facing the T-70 threat head on and taking it down. Nice work. They're hitting the victory point, hitting the point next to it, but not the fuel point directly, as he doesn't have the mine sweepers nearby. The mine sweepers, in fact, are back at base. Oh dear, about to lose his MG42 if Jove is not careful. House collapsed though. Sniper there with 22 kills. Almost got him. Ooh, Sniper's also close to their death, but both make it away there. More or less intact. Constantly moving ahead here, appealing to the Pioneers. T-34 is running there for Refero. Sniper with 23 kills, really racking up there for the motherland. T-34 mobilised for Refero. For the motherland. Swiftly moving ahead to assault positions of Jove as he tries to push ahead here against the Refero himself. We see that in the west, Refero is basically cutting off the fuel, but just taking the points around it. Very nice work. If you can't get to directly, he can at least try and isolate it. But we can see that again, Jove is more or less doing the same here to Refero, hitting his fuel point as well. So again, both players there displaying a keen awareness of the importance of fuel and harassing it. Refero following up with another T-70 though. Interesting choice here. If he could just go for another T-34, but he's actually more interested in just going for another T-70 faster. That would put more pressure on Jove's infantry alongside the T-34. But it does mean the Panzer IV could be a bit tricky for Refero to deal with, since it just has one T-34 then, which has to be supported by the anti-tank conscripts, and the chance there. You also got one bombing run here ready for Jarl the Refero and the 5th Mechanized Corps. More grenadiers there for Jove. No Panzer Grenadier or anything else really. Ooh, Sniper there needs to be careful. There you go, Tifa. Oh! Hits the mine. That's pretty bad there for Jove. And there we go, again, tank bombing run called in here. And note that the angle it does from is really good, increasing the chance of getting the Panzer IV. And down it goes. Even sets off the telemine. A devastating strike there from Refero, which really just undermines a lot of what Jove's got going there. Gives, I think, Refero a very good advantage now versus Jove, who just understands how to utilize it. Because, I mean, he just took out a tank, a mine, while really not losing anything in the process. More importantly, he also just removed that house from being part of Jove's defences as well. I mean, Jove can quickly replace the Panzer IV, but even then losing it like that is going to have an effect. And where's T-34 moving up the support instead? We've got a Shug on the way here. Jove realising perhaps it can't just rely on Panzer IVs now. You might have to worry about a large match of in which case the Shug is going to serve better. Another unit wiped out somewhere. It seems the machine in this case might just a bit in the dust. It was the Pioneers on the way. Something seems to have died there. Almost got the Pack 40 gunners dealing with the penals. There you go, it's Satchel charge off. Wrecking the Panzer IV wreckage and pretty much nice qualities. And the almost got the Grenadiers, might be able to break them into as opposed to the retreating of the Termine there on the retreat. Going for the points in the west. Refero strikes mercilessly at Jove, who's almost got a Sturmgeschütz ready. So therefore they're keeping up pressure versus Jove. Jove a bit behind. We got the Strook though arriving. The Strook 3 as for Key with a penal map machine on the way. Machine gun there closing in and vetting the 3 very swiftly. And we got the T-70 striking. For Socialism in the center, T-44 sets off some of the S-mines. Strook moving in. Pack 40 falling back there for reinforcements. As right now, one sniper kill would pretty much wipe the crew. T-44 being real self. Also taking no damage there. That's from some other engagements. Strook shoots and misses. Unfortunately, down the fight here for the Western Fuel again between Jove and Refero. Victory points wise, Jove is once more falling behind Refero though. And Strook actually gets a kill with this machine gun. Very nice, very nice. I mean, roughly the Strook machine gun is basically like a Grenadier-like machine gun, except it has better range, I believe, actually. I mean, it's actually a pretty handy weapon. If you're not afraid of using your Strook, and in particular pair of Strooks can actually harm infantry reasonably well. Of course, you're not relying on them to do the work primarily, but they can still support your other infantry in the process. And we can see that Refero going for the Katyusha rocket launcher to try and that way blast his way through Jove's defences. Jove's defences, by the way, still not augmented by a doctrine. Also, bunching up grenadiers like that when there's T-34s and T-70s nearby is pretty ambitious there. Quick hit and run there from Refero. Sniper coming back in the east, very good. I mean, no, while they are focusing on the centre bit, at the same time they're also clearly not neglecting the other side's fuel, which is very good. Very good. I just wish Jove would go for doctrine. I'm also not entirely sure if right now the Katyusha is the best choice, therefore Refero doesn't want to say go for something else, but I imagine he wants to silence some of these support weapons that Jove's got going. We got another machine gun for Jove, in fact, another machine gun there. And there you go, T7 on the Pantherfast on the T7, not the other way around, that'd be a bit weird. People's up there getting shot at by the Strooks, the sniper and the Grenadiers, everything just firing at them. More mines down there as well. And there you go, flank from the Conscript Grenadiers trying to cover up the flank, but they're themselves grievously wounded. They will not be able to keep up the good fight for Germany and the German peoples. And in fact, that is looking like a wipe. That's going to hurt Jove a bit. There's still no Panzer Grenadier or anything else. You can soon go for another Strook. And I do wish he'd go for doctrine, but I already said that. T-34 fixed up. We got flares off here as well from the sniper, trying to further ascertain sort of Jove's position, setting up there for an artillery strike. Very nice use of their abilities by Refero. And going straight for the machine gun. First rocket wave doesn't quite hit accurately. Second wave lands better, and the third wave could very well finish it off. Fourth wave. Come on, fourth. No, never mind. Still forces the machine gun away, leaving the flank there a bit more exposed. And Refero loses a unit. A tragic loss for the motherland. A glorious victory for Germany. But there we go, pushing up with tanks as the Pack 4 there is being pushed back. Infantry moving ahead. Strook also falling back here, but can fire on the move, unlike the Pack 40. And of course, there's an advantage that the Strook has. 2 kills so far. Both infantry. Careful not to get too close to the infantry, especially for the anti-tank troops, but he's saved by the Grenadiers there. Jove is very much in the defensive. I mean, he's got a small part of the mapping compared with Refero, who's got most of these. Also laying down mines are really, really close to Jove. Basically taking advantage of the pressures applying here to Jove, just, make things really difficult. T-44 might be extended a bit. He's clearly trying to clear out the machine gun here, but we got the Strook there. Hot in pursuit from Jove. There we go, lands a good hit. And slowly approaching Benson's 1. Jove's not going for armor. Could it be Jove is now considering actually going for a Tiger, in which case either Lightning War or Mechanized Assault? In which case I would say he's more likely to go for Lightning War at this stage. Strook close air support, relieve infantry, could all be useful here. People's Wars the MG42. Of course, the fun thing is we continue setting up his tanks and ambush as well. Of course, that does require some management, but he could do it. He could do it.
The enemy is encroaching on our territory.
I mean, considering the German army in the defensive in 1945, it was the Germans who were more likely to set up their tanks and ambush rather than the Russians. Therefore, they're going for a sniper. He's actually lost the other one. I missed that. That's unfortunate. Still, good kill there by Jove. Good kill. Mortar on the way for Joseph, bringing up some artillery of his own. They're not quite so heavy caliber, but on the other hand, does have some other advantages, including can lay down smoke screens if Jove is so inclined. And there we go. He does end up with lightning wars, I rather had figured. And another unit bites the dust. The penal troopers actually went down. Looks like it was the sniper that finished off the last runner there. Bit of loss there for Refero. In fact, they're slowly beginning to pile up. He needs to be careful about that. He needs to be careful. That could prove to be a bit costly here if Jove can now begin landing some wipes, in particular as he's closing on the Tiger tank, which could prove to be a bit of a problem there for Refero. Katyusha there firing again. Once more trying to silence that bloody machine gun. There we go. Second strike. Does the trick. Third strike almost finished off. Can the fourth one do the job entirely? And no. Helmut makes it. It was rather close, but the machine gun on the eastern side. We got another anti-tank bombing strike here, ready for Refero for the 5th Mechanized Corps, which to shatter the 1st Panzer Division. Ooh, that looks like a misclick there. Never mind, he's parking his Katyusha right on top of mine. Hey, Sergei? Yes. Is this the right place to stand? Yeah, I'm sure there's no problems. I mean, the only thing that could possibly become a problem is if some sort of explosive went off near us setting off our own mine, but like, the Germans wouldn't do that, would they? Probably not. T-7 is plotting ahead. Engineers all standing by ready. And pushing for us inside. Stu hanging back. Both players waiting out a bit here, preparing for something. Of course, Jove is just stalling for the Tiger tank, which point I managed going to go more on the offensive here versus Refero. As for Refero, it's hard to say what he's planning. He's got another pinch to go away. He's also filling a lot of fuel, and he's not, say, going for more tanks, which is running what I'd be doing in this situation. Like, if I got that much fuel, I'd be going for a lot of T-34s and just begin steamrolling my opponent. Maybe with a half-track full of some infantry in tow. But there you go. He sees an opportunity to strike an exposed pack crew, but we can see that Jove uses this as an opportunity to turn the tail. I think Refero over there with the anti-tank strikes from the Luftwaffe. Pack 40 and everything just firing at him, almost getting the T-34, but looks like Refero is able to save the T-34 by a threat. That was really close. That could have been quite costly there for Refero. Instead, he just causing Jove to spend 200 munitions on absolutely zip. You got the tank coming in there. Now it's on the end of this Jove, who might risk losing his Sturmgeschütz with 3 kills now. All infantry, by the way. All infantry. T-7, they're almost taken out, in fact, by the Luftwaffe. And it's Kanonenvogel, as they were colloquially known. Stu gains veterans 1. Mortar could perhaps advance a bit closer to support the front line a bit better. Big 2 points wise, Joe Barley still massively behind Refero with 228 versus 119. He's going to really be pinning a lot there on the Tiger tank to sort of turn things around here versus Refero. Whereas Refero seems a bit under-equipped to actually deal with it. Almost like his Refero is not expecting a Tiger tank. Once more we head back to the baby analogy, because babies also don't expect Tiger tanks. Katyusha firing. Almost taking out the MG-42. I mean, it's sort of what seemingly almost the only thing that Katyusha fires at. That's that one bloody MG-42, and every single time it almost gets the job done, but never quite. Never quite. Quick fallback here as Jove launches a slightly mid-sized assault there. Straight into a mine as he lays down his own mines. Oh, the irony, oh, the irony. The only thing that would be more ironic if someone managed to finish the S mines, they were set up, and then he set off the mines, setting off the S mines, then guaranteeing a wipe with his pioneers. That would have been interesting. Though pretty unpleasant for Jove, who's definitely got the fuel and the command points for the Tiger tank. He just needs to preserve the manpower. And Refero, I think, needs to sort of bring up more armor, needs to, I think, change up his tactics a bit. They have been feeling a bit, shall we say, reactive defensive. Brian trying to put more pressure on Jove, which of course serves Jove well, as again he can go for the Tiger tank, at which point he can probably swing the fight more aggressively against Refero, who is definitely not prepared for the Tiger tank, at least not from my perspective. Stuke doing what he can there with his machine gun and his main gun. Fun fact, the Stu crew would usually have 33% 100% armor piercing rounds, the rest with an extra high explosive rounds. Of course, they would also normally just remove the ammunition racks so they could store more ammunition than Stuke, so who knows how the actual ratio of armor piercing rounds to high explosive rounds might have been. That might have probably been sort of closer to 50-50 of the two. Peck forward landing good here in the T-7 is confident in all assault there. Jove really been doing a lot with the S-mines, which is actually quite impressive. A lot of players tend to neglect them, but clearly Jove sort of feels like the S-mines doing some real good. Push up the west side. He's going for double Katyushas here. That definitely feels like a bit of a weak read here by Refero and Jove. I mean, it's either that or he's really confident his anti-tank grenades and anti-tank rifles can, you know, deal with a Tiger tank and anything else Jove might be throwing at him. It's either that or he's just lost sight of it and really just wants to kill every one of Jove's support weapons. He might just be wanting to kill that one machine gun with them. But comrade, we need to kill other things. No, that machine gun dies. If it's the last thing I do, I will kill that machine gun. Get me more artillery. Okay. And Jove calling the Tiger to support the 1st Panzer Division. Back here, reinforcement going on, healing, and there we go. 2nd Katyusha out for Refero. Sniper there closing well down, and there we go. We got the Tiger tank out for Jove for Germany.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Pack shoots, misses the T-34 splendidly. Katyusha fire off here. Tiger tank sets out. No pin machine gun there though for Jove. Of course, those potentially actually trying to line the anti-tank bombing run to take. Oh dear! Misclick! Oh god! Niet! Sukabliat! Step on it, Petrov! Whew. Close one there. He almost lost his Katyusha in a very, very silly manner. Pack forward as well. If you can steal that and turn that against Joe, that would be pretty great for Refero. Of course, the trick is getting there, since currently there's a machine gun covering one side and the Tiger is covering the other side of the Pack 40. Meaning he basically has to get through past the other one. Of course, that's not going to be easy with infantry. Mines laid down there. Tiger moving ahead aggressively here for Refero. He's clearly not to where there. Going to tank grenades, assault moving in there. Trying to pelt it, and there you go, several hits. All fully successful. And we got an anti-tank bombing strike calling as well here. In this case, though, less successful here though for Refero. But might actually cast a machine gun. Yes, and a full wipe. Even sets off some of the S-mines, so not a complete waste there by Refero. I mean, the machine gun crew clearly did not anticipate that. But the Tiger, on the other hand, got launched and scathed away from it. And the West Troops pulling up support. The infantry have 4 kills now. All infantry, T-7 unit repairs. Refero is still not committing to much more armour. Taking up his only medium tank. While the Tiger tank remains vigilant over the centre victory point and the road south. You got mines here, so clearly Refero is beginning to worry that Joe might try and rush his base in return as well. In fact, he might be a bit more worried since I don't think Joe has his mind off this entrance. Whereas Refero's mind off both entrances, just to be sure. Katyusha fire around the centre. Almost got the MD-42. This time gets away again from the Katyushas. This Katyushas just aren't having much luck in actually destroying Joe's machine guns compared to, you know, the anti-tank bombing run. But there you go, 2nd Katyusha firing a much closer range and almost got the machine gun, but again once more. No, this time he does fully wipe it, and this was the veteran 3 machine gun Joe had there. A significant loss that will hurt Jove there a bit in the long run. Machine gun being recruited here. That's going to help Refero a bit. In fact, he's got a larger force, though armor wise he's a bit lopsided compared to Jove, who's only got the Tiger and the Stuke, whereas he's only got 1 T-34 and some anti-tank rifles to support. So definitely needs to either bring out a tank to another T-34 to have a better chance versus Jove's Tiger. 219 versus 343. We got the Pack 40 being crewed here by Jove's plucky pioneers. Oh dear, right in the S-man field. He just needs to 34 mortar round sets more and just kills them. 18 kills there. One Katrusha, I imagine, is soon ready to unleash all there upon Joe's positions. Already sniper exposed himself and gets Refero's second sniper. Jove has lost no snipers, Refero's now lost 2. That is certainly a bit expensive, a bit unpleasant. And one Katrusha is almost ready to fire again. We just need to find something worthy of being blasted into oblivion. Looks like he's going for it. It's going to be the Pack 40. It's going to be the Pack 40. And there he goes in flank with the T-34 to guarantee. It's distracting. We've got a Stu covering up the flanking nicely. We've got a target weak one attempt here. Nice hit there, but ultimately doesn't stop the T-34. So it does get the Stu closer eventually too. Another anti-tank strafe out here from Jove though. Striking straight at Refero's vehicle pool, all bunched up easily, nicely and tightly. T-34 was taken out. There we go. Sturmgeschütz lands the killing blow, shattering a nearby shed as well. But Stu is now at least got one vehicle kill. He's also very close to the 2 target being sent in now as well here for Jove. For Germany, Refero finds himself in a pretty tight spot. Target shoots and misses. But the machine guns and the high close round to get the job done. Almost losing the grenadiers from the process there, almost. But gets away. Small bit of relief there for Refero. Depending on whatever's going on there. T-Cent's going to need repairs, troops are healing and reinforcing, and machine guns just hammering away pointlessly at the Tiger's frontal armour. And there we go, the Martin just been using his bait to the subtle ladder that comes to flank up behind the Tiger and launch grenades. So as you can see there, there's a limited range. And so it didn't quite work out there. Both Katyushas operable. Refero, though, I think really needs a tank destroyer to take on the Tiger tank in his current situation. He's simply not been keeping up with the resource to get just a lot of T-34s so that way just swarm it, say. So they're going to be doing things I think a bit more efficiently. Can't be going for it again here, flanking and sorting the Tiger into tank rifles. Actually doing quite a bit of damage, almost pushing it down to half health. As the shots just keep plinking away at the Tiger tank. 219 versus 300. Ooh, Tiger tank length. A good hit. They're wiping out half the country squad. Refero needs to be careful around the Tiger. It is really good at dealing with infantry. It is really good. Katyusha fire here meant to silence the grenadiers, but does not quite work out there. Refero meanwhile is just reinforcing and such, meaning he doesn't have the manpower to save up. He's got another anti-tank bombing strike ready if it becomes necessary. In fact, I do believe he's almost got the munitions for 2 of them. In fact, he's about 10 munitions off having exactly enough munitions for 2 anti-tank bombing runs. Katyusha hanging about there. And there you go, close quarters barrage. Basically using it like a rocket shotgun in that situation. Stu gains another kill and gains veterancy too. Gains another kill. 6 infantry kills, 1 armor kill. Not bad at all there with that Stu for Jove, not bad at all. 8 kills. I mean, again, a pair of Stuks can actually do a surprising amount of damage to infantry and gain up some kills. Obviously, they're not as good as a pair of Panther 4s, but they're not bad either at it. Of course, they're pretty good versus armor still, so I mean, you can go for a pair of Stuks and you're still do decent versus infantry, while still focusing on your main threat, which is going to be armor. Target tank there with 19 kills, 20 kills. And what will Refero do now? I mean, the manpower bleed on him is pretty harsh, and like, well, he's still got a lot of fuel again. The problem is, again, he just went for double Katyushas when he should be going for, I think, a bunch of tanks. Katyusha barrage. What? Oh, he's going for the Tiger and the Pioneers nearby it. Sadly, not the best strike there. 10 kills on the Stug. 11 kills. My God. That Stug's on fire. He's moving out. Right from the Stug there. 12 kills in the Stug. 12 kills. And there you go. Tiger tank advances towards here. 23 kills and tank grenade goes off. And we got a tank bombing run in here. Is it fast enough for Refero to do the job? Oh, got a tank touches off here. But he moves ahead here, avoiding everything. No! Oh! Oh! Dodging most of the barrage there. Nice work by Jove. Nice work. Once more though, Refero's Katyushas run into a bit of a certain issue. Quickly, Dimitri, the anti-tank rockets. We don't have those. What? We're meant for dealing with infantry, not tanks. Oh, we're doomed, aren't we? Yes. Still he's trying to take it out here. Stug running cannon fire here. Tiger laying down more fire. So we've got the Panzer IV here as well, fighting for Jove. People's there being blasted in front of the Stug and the Panzer IV. There you go, 13 kills of the Stug. 12 of them infantry. 211 and 219. Going to be moving back on the west. Going to be moving out the eastern side. Ooh, almost finally got the sniper there using the Katyusha. But even then, Refero just can't quite get it done. And there you go, Panzer. There's an awful lot of anti-tank rifles, plus anti-tank satchel charges. And that's going to be that Panzer IV down. Scoring a proper armor kill here versus Jove and the 1st Panzer Division. But there's still the Stug and there's still the Tiger tank. We see the Jove following up with an Austrian flak Panzer 175 versus Jove's 219. Jove finally has the victory point lead here versus the Russians. So many anti-tank rifles, they just need to fall back with the Stug. It stands no chance. Still mounts a good hit there. Pulverizing Ivan. Machine gun, there's a machine gun here. Pimps will push back there. We got an tank safe called in here from Jove as he sneaks up. Oh dear, he might just be able to get the Katyushas there. Since we can see them. Falling back from the east. And there we go. Ah! Aircraft misses. Gonna do moving up though. Panther fastening it. And. Oh! Almost got it, but not quite. Close, but no cigar there for Jove. Still looking pretty rough for Refero. Looking pretty rough. Stug moving down here. The Santan getting the machine gun crew and pushing away. The Pimps was on far out here. We got a Katyusha barrage off again here. Trying to take out the Grenadiers. And there you go. GG, game over. A nasty fight here involving tank-handed tactics in the rare display here. I think Refero's next to make good use of it. The problem was just he went for a bunch of Katyushas when he really shouldn't have. He should have gone for more T-34s and also follow up with the Katyusha, but rather he went for double Katyushas when the situation didn't really call for it, and that really hurt him. I also think at times he overfocused too much, and still had a good effort there in the west and the east. He still think at times committed too many hints, so just trying to starve Joe more of fuel, for example. Joe to the extent suffered a bit from the same issues in terms of resource, but I would say he used his more better overall, and again had overall just I think long term better tactics than Refero, overall outplaying him, sort of just slowly beating him silly. So well played here by both sides, some good tactics, some good strategy, and certainly some nice use of tank had attacks by Refero, but again double Katyushas just in that situation did not make an awful lot of sense, and I think really just hurt Refero, in particular alongside his manpower bleed, just make it hard for him to use in his fuel and say more tanks, which is what he really needed. But there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, one, subscribe, tell your friends, share it with everyone. If not, send a new plan part on feedback in the comment section. This is Imperial Links and cheers. Thank you for watching, and hope to see you all tomorrow for another exciting episode.